Hi everybody, this is Blossom, and today I want to do a tag, this time the AMPM Pagan Practices by Brian Cormack Carr. And yeah, first when I saw this tag I thought, oh, I'm not going to answer that, I don't have really anything to say. But the more I thought about it, and after watching his video where he said you can also mention things that you want to do, I thought, well, I just give it a try. So this is actually my second attempt to it because it was so rambly. I try to, bring it down now a little bit. I hope this works out. So to start right away, right now at this moment, I have to admit that I'm at my lowest when it comes to daily practices. So I do practice on my pagan path, but not very on a daily basis. What I do more is the Wheel of the Year, and for special occasions or just very spontaneous. But really a set daily practice is, it's not really my thing at the moment. I have to say this also has a bit to do because I work a lot outside. I prefer to do my practices outside, and we had a very, very long winter this year. It was very stormy and very, very wet, and only today we have like the first time sunshine and warm. So I really have to enjoy that right now. That's why I do a voiceover, because I wanted to spend my day in the forest with my doggies, which is already the first practice. Yeah, I just jump into it. So one that I can say that is definitely a daily practice is every day I go out for a walk with my dogs into the forest nearly every day. Sometimes I change a bit, but mostly I go in the forest because I enjoy that the most, and my doggies enjoy that the most as well. That is so important for me, because in the forest I am with the elements. I am with all the elements, and this is the most important thing for me. And even if it rains, then I'm probably not going to sit down at that moment. But even if it rains, it's okay. Except I have like a bit of a pussy day then. Then I'm gonna get, it rains. But I have other days as well where I think, oh, I am the wild woman, I don't care about the rain. However, this is really like one that never fails. A daily practice that never fails. And very important. There you can find the quiet and stillness, and it is that hour or an hour and a half where you can just be with the elements. But I have to admit, I do not succeed every time to be fully present and to be mindful and to be able to quiet my mind. Of course, sometimes I have to think about a lot what else is going on for that day, what I still have to do, and so on. And even though, sometimes I just, when you go out, and as you know, I do a lot of videos outside, so I have to think how to do that, and that doesn't really, so when I do a video outside, that actually doesn't help me to relax. But it's all for you, so I like to do it then. But yeah, this is so important, and I suggest that to everybody. Just go outside, go in the forest. When you're lucky enough to live nearby, I think that's the best way. That is the best you can do for yourself. To be with the trees, to be surrounded by the elements, and to just simply be. But even I have that luxury to live in a very natural environment and to have that time for myself in the forest. And still, I'm not always able to really shut my mind down and to become peaceful and quiet. So another interesting practice that I did before, but I don't do anymore, was every day when I woke up. So I woke up, and the first thing I did, I went outside in my garden. I sat down on the grass and I did a grounding and centering meditation. So let me explain shortly. The reason why I did this is when I wake up in the morning, I have immediately a million thoughts. So when I see like my husband, for example, he's like, he wakes up and everything's easy, you know. And I open my eyes and immediately think about, okay, what do I have to do? What chores are on the plan? But what does that mean in my life in general? What is the meaning of life? Why haven't I figured it out yet? Maybe I have to study more. Maybe I need more philosophy books. So should I check that up on Amazon? What books can I buy there? But I have still so many books. Oh, I really have to read that book. Oh, by the way, what shall I do for dinner tonight? You know, it's going on and on and on. And those are only the first few seconds when I wake up. Yeah, so, and to control this mind chaos a little bit, I really liked to do that grounding and centering exercise. So I sat down and I imagined how my thoughts come out of my head like energy strings, something. And then I try to grab them. I visualize them and I try to grab them with my hand and bring them down into my center. And the other day I pulled a tarot card that reminded me very much of that exercise. And there you can see the branches that goes out of the tree person's head, and the fire that comes from below. So that is the passion and your thoughts, and to bring that together in your center. I really like that idea. And this was an exercise I did like for 5, sometimes 10 when I was like really chaotic, or when my thoughts were really chaotic. So 5-10 minutes every day, and this really helped me. And I came through the day much more relaxed, and yeah, took that time to gather my thoughts. In the meantime, now where I don't do that, so what I do now is not Pagan at all, and it actually doesn't help me. It somehow stresses me more, because now I have everything in my planner, and I write everything down, and I really like to do lists, and I especially like to check the task. You know, okay, it's done, check. That's done, check. I love that feeling. But I think the more I do that, the more I add to my planner, actually, and the more stuff I bring into my day instead of, and that centering exercise was far more relaxing. And I don't know, I have to think about it a bit longer why that is. Actually, I'm not gonna do that here. I'm gonna bore you otherwise. Yeah, however, today I had a very good day. I had not much on my plan like today, and I was done with everything before I went into the forest, which was nice. And I really, like I said, we had a beautiful, beautiful day, and it was my doggy's birthday today. So we went for a nice walk in the forest, and it was just all about her, so she can enjoy her special birthday walk. And I was so present and so mindful, and so my mind was so peaceful and quiet, and I really enjoyed it. And I just listened to the bird without thinking much, and I was singing in the forest, you know, and yeah, it was really beautiful and relaxing, and yeah, peaceful, very peaceful. It was very peaceful. Now, I just want to mention now that I am not somebody who sits, I don't sit at my altar and do those things like meditation or communicating with deities, or do any kind of that work. I don't enjoy ritual in that manner. And I saw that Cheeky's video on that as well. I didn't comment it yet. I'm very sorry about that. I was watching over TV and my cell phone was acting up, so I didn't comment it yet. However, she said something interesting, which I feel very similar about, is that, you know, that she doesn't like ritual. Am I allowed? Yeah, well, it's out there. I'm allowed to say that. That she doesn't like ritual because at some point it can become like an empty gesture. And I do fully understand that if you do it over and over again and you just do it out of routine, that somehow the meaning can get lost. And so I don't do any kind of ritual just because I have to do it, because it has to be a daily practice or anything like that. I want to keep the meaning, but this is just me, my thoughts, and other people may think differently about that, and that's absolutely fine. So another exercise I really want to do is an exercise from a book from R.J. Stewart, The Power Within the Land, and it is the exercise Raising Energy from Below. And it seems really interesting, and also not very, where you don't have to spend a lot of time. And there's movement involved as well, because sitting still, I don't like that. So meditating is always a bit, fuss anyway. Like I said, with the exercise before, where I just grasp my thoughts, I do some kind of movement, and this exercise requires some kind of movement as well. And yeah, the reason why I don't do it yet is because R.J. Stewart is very specific how you use his books, and first you shall read the entire book and then come to the exercise, and I'm just half through. But I'm really looking forward to start using it, but he's like very strict. Better to listen to him. Another thing that I do in the morning is pulling cards. That I do on a daily basis. Yeah, nearly every day. Probably not every day, but close enough. And yeah, but I don't spend a lot of time on the reading itself. So I have a little spread for every day, and then I will look at the card and of course ponder a bit about it. But the main thing, I will reflect more on it in the evening, how it fitted in my day, how the cards related to my day. That's what I do more in the evening. Another thing that I want to do more in the evening is the Crossroads meditation. Again, an exercise by J.R. Stewart from the Well of Light book. It's a beautiful exercise, and when I did it, I had so great results with it, but due to some circumstances, the last year I stopped doing it. And it's also, it is a bit, I don't know when to start now exactly, because like I said, he is kind of strict and a bit absolute. Not everybody will like that. I think you can still do whatever you want, but he really recommends that you do it at least for 7 days, every day at the same time. But better to do it a month every day at the same time, this exercise. And even 7 days was such a challenge for me to do it every day at the same time. One reason is, like, for example, my husband works shifts, so I don't know, when he's home I want to spend time with him. And yeah, but however, yeah, you could say it's only like a 20-minute exercise. You could still, maybe I'm just looking a bit for excuses here, but it's actually difficult for me to stay so exact, having the same time. But I had great results, but I'm definitely going to pick that exercise up again, and that's for sure something I will do in the evening. It feels very like an evening activity to me. Yeah, so I hope I didn't forget anything now. Oh, I did forget something, so sorry about that. Another morning activity that I do is gardening. So for the winter, of course, nothing happened, but I started now to plant seeds again. And so I have to take care of them, I have to water them every day, I have to check upon them every day. And of course, this will last from now until autumn, more or less. And I also have a moon calendar. I follow the moon calendar to when to plant the seeds and when the soil needs fertilizer, or when I have to pick the fruits, or whatever, everything. You can plan everything with the moon calendar. And yeah, I think that is definitely a beautiful daily practice that I'm really looking forward to. I can't wait until I can start gardening again. So again, to sum it up, So in the morning, what I'm gonna do now is getting up, do that exercise with grounding and centering, I hope. I just should say I start tomorrow, and by the time this video is up, a day passed already, and then you shall ask me if I did it, and then I have to explain myself if I didn't, so no more excuses for me. No, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I get up, and first thing is that grounding and centering exercise. Then I also draw daily cards, and then of course gardening and a walk with my doggies. That is my morning practice, and then in the evening the reflecting on tarot cards, and then I try to do the crossroads meditation. So I hope that was not too rambly. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Much love and blessings to all of you, and bye bye.